Good morning and hello. All the best wishes to Italy, to Sudwave. Yeah, very special edition, of course, as most of the events have been cancelled or are taking place in this kind of environment. My name is Christof Huber. I'm the General Secretary of Yourope, the European Festival Association. And indeed, yeah, it was a special year, as you all witnesses. Since March, when we had the lockdown, when soon after the decisions have been made, we as an association, combined with around 100 festivals, we basically used our contacts, and I think exchange was a very important thing. We made several calls with 60, 70, 80 festivals during different periods. We talked about the different situation in spring in these individual countries, which is very important because we wanted to have kind of an overview of what is going on. And also, I think it was important to have a conversation as well with the artists and agents. Not that festivals certainly make decisions, and a tour falls apart even if it was possible. So that was the main thing, in spring. I think until late of April, we all knew there will be no festival summer, unfortunately. And I think in this conversation, we had to pull the plug. We also exchanged in terms of, what kind of programs, cultural programs are available so that everybody was informed. But I think in the meantime, in the summer, it was more calm. I think there have been some countries which, had really good programs, support programs in the Nordics, in Germany, where I think we had a good system here in Switzerland as well. We had on one side quite quick credits available from the government to have liquidity. On the other hand, I think most of you guys have sent your people, your staff to furlough, which means they just worked maybe 20% or 10% over a certain period and still, were able to get a salary. There have also been some programs that festivals and events, due to the cancellation or postponement, got some money to cover the expenses. But I think, we all agree it's really a very difficult period, not just for the festivals, for the whole cultural sectors, from agents to artists down to the festivals, and then of course all the smaller companies, the freelancers, the technicians, etc. So it was a huge portfolio of offers and solutions. A lot of people struggled during this year. And I think during the summer, what we recognized is that the summer 21, or the whole year 21, is a very crucial one. We have to make sure that we do everything possible to have a live return. And we all know we are again during these winter months in very difficult times, partly lockdowns as you have in Italy, but also in many other countries. And there is no perspective if you want to get alliances for next summer or spring. Very difficult because politicians won't listen right now at this very stage. So what we did within Europe, we created or initiated a task force called Solution for Festivals. I contacted in August all the big players. Besides our association, where we have a big network, I had the feeling that the big companies like Live Nation, Superstruct, Good Life Germany, AG, or Eventim Live, we will need to work together. I think it's very essential that we work together, exchange information, because it's not about competition at this very moment. It's about bringing the market back. And, funny enough, by surprise, honestly, the feedback out of these companies was very positive. So we met in September in Berlin. We had a meeting with the association and 5 big live entertainment companies collectively support or have around 250 to 300 festivals in the back of us. And right now, the decision is basically we invested money in a pot to try to work on potential solutions. So on one side, we want to create guidelines for a safe return in the summer. If it's possible, until what capacity it's possible, that's very difficult to say. We also want to make out of this guideline maybe 20 to 30 pages. We want to create also a summary, and very important, I think we also need to have a concept for a good communication why festivals should need to return. How can we approach lobby? How can we do the lobby work towards governments and authorities to get permission to do festivals again? We have quite a strong group with a board on top, consisting of 6 people, and we have an expert team out of these companies and associations who really work together with the idea that we have engaged top-level health experts who can consult us, especially in the solutions field of testing and vaccination. We all know we need a European solution to bring back international talent to Europe next summer. That's why I think it's very, very important that we try to work together on a European level. The current idea and hope is that we are working right now on a concept, on solutions to create the best possible safe space for the summer, plus the communication. And hopefully we will have this result within December, with the idea to communicate towards our festivals and the whole festivals markets, not just our festivals. I think it's for everybody out there. To have these guidelines, this summary, and also a communication concept, which all the festivals in their individual countries can go to their governments and talk to them about the licensing of the festivals. I think that's what's possible. Besides that, we work quite intensively on new Europe standard terms in terms of contracts. I think it's very important if you book an artist for the next year to make sure that force majeure is also valid for the second or third wave of COVID-19. Don't sign any contracts without knowing this. I think it's very essential because it might happen again, and you don't want to pay the fee. Of course, if the festival has to be cancelled, it's quite easier to make this decision. And probably you can't wait before the day of your festival. But in case your government will decide about, not granting any license, I think it's important for you to have these, standard terms, these terms clear that, it's a force majeure and both parties will cover their own costs. I think that's a very important recommendation. Besides the fact that we need to talk to each other, try to communicate nationally on the same level, internationally approximately on the same level, to have the concrete result, to get support, also talk to the whole legislation, of course, in Brussels in the end. But as we all know, all governments have different solutions, different programs. What we can do is try to have on the top level some solutions for festival. That's what I can tell you out of our perspective. www.europe.org is our website. I wish you a good edition, hopefully some good new talents, and I hope we'll be back during the summer 2021, and finally in 2022 with regular business. I think we have to struggle a bit more, but I'm very hopeful to come back. I wish you a good edition of Sudwave, and all the best to Italy from Switzerland. Thank you very much.